Good morning, everybody. Let's try that again. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I'm Greg Spots, Director of the Seattle Department of Transportation, and I'm delighted to welcome you to the groundbreaking of RapidRide J. We're experiencing an exciting time for transit, streets, and infrastructure in Seattle and King County. Over the past 6 weeks, we've welcomed light rail to Linwood, commenced RapidRide G service on Madison, and celebrated key milestones along the waterfront with the opening of Overlook Walk and the Seattle Aquarium Ocean Pavilion. It's also been a busy time for staff at SDOT as we finish strong on the levy to move Seattle. In recent years, we've been averaging one construction start per month for contractor-delivered projects. I'm pleased to share that we've tripled that rate so far in 2024. Today represents our 27th construction start, and we still have 3 months left in the year. Today's groundbreaking is special to me on a personal level because RapidRide J upgrades my bus, the King County Metro number 70. I took the 70 to get here today. I use the 70 frequently to get to work, to access the University of Washington campus, and to visit the vibrant businesses along Eastlake and Fairview and in the U District. I'm very grateful to Mayor Bruce Harrell for his support of getting RapidRide J through the design process and helping us secure substantial federal and state funding for this multifaceted project, which will maintain and modernize our infrastructure. Now I'd like to introduce our first speaker, Mayor Harrell.
Thank you, Greg. Thank you, Greg. All right. Very excited. I want to thank all of the transit advocates and the transportation advocates, the who's here. Thank you. I see Sound Transit in the house. Thank you for being here as well. I want to say a special shout out to my colleagues that will share a few words. Executive Dow Constantine and all of our partners at King County, the Federal Transit Administration and Federal Highway Administration, the Washington State Department of Transportation, and of course, go Dogs, the University of Washington. Good weekend for us. So as we celebrate this groundbreaking RapidRide J Line, this is, of course, a critical connection for all of our neighborhoods, but quite frankly, it goes beyond just transportation. We're looking at upgrading our vital water infrastructure, about supporting our local businesses and our economy. It's about investing in communities who sometimes may feel as though they've been underserved or underappreciated. So this is more than just good vibes. It's a recognition that we are being aggressive in addressing the areas where we want strong transit and strong community ties and strong economic development. This particular project is in some of our most vibrant growing neighborhoods like Eastlake and South Lake Union and Belltown and the U District, and we've been trying to show just not from a transportation standpoint what we're doing, but also with our Office of Economic Development. So this particular project features 2 miles of bus lanes, 2.8 miles of upgraded sidewalks, 3.7 miles of protected bike lanes, and of course, 100 new trees. It's all part of our climate efforts as well. So when we always look at transportation investments like this, we look at it through the lens of climate resiliency and fighting against global warming. This is more than just about how people get around. That's a strong component of it. It's about the opportunity for our city to optimize on every opportunity we have to make vibrant neighborhoods and make sure people are connecting. Many of us have had the opportunity to be around world-class universities. Some of us would just come here to goof off. Some of us would go here to try to take care of business. Didn't make any difference why you came here. You got an experience of this university life, and the neighborhood elementary schools around us, the local businesses, the global technology leaders, the community gardens, the Coliseum experiences, the whole experience here in the U District and its connecting neighborhoods is critical. And so this RapidRide J Line is going to be a critical component of the success in this area, and we're very pleased to be a part of it. I visited and learned from cities all around the globe, and I've got to tell you, there's nowhere else matches Seattle's unique mix of economic vitality, innovation, and culture, and we think this J Line brings all of that closer to your front door. So again, I want to thank all of you for being here. I would be remiss if I didn't remind you that this November, voters will have a chance to renew our city's commitment to opportunity with a new levy. That particular levy, the proposed levy, will include 160 projects focused on improving transit reliability and safety, and 15 major paving projects to maintain and modernize our streets, and clearly so much more. So investing in our infrastructure and improving access to public transit is a key part of what we call our One Seattle approach in our transportation plans, and we work to build a thriving and equitable city in everything that we do. This J Line project addresses current and future mobility needs for travelers and transit capacity constraints along the route. It embodies our administration's commitment to transportation safety and sustainable travel options, ensuring that Seattleites can easily and reliably get where they go. So thank you again for being here, and I believe I will turn it back to Greg, who will introduce our next speaker. And again, I want to thank our speakers here for celebrating this tremendous success with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor. You know, on Friday we all gathered together at the waterfront on Overlook Walk, and you told us that UW can beat Michigan.
Well, you know, I hedged my bets a little bit, but now I'm bragging, so that's the way it works.
We heard it first on Friday. I'm really pleased to introduce our next speaker, an amazing advocate and supporter of transit for the whole region, King County Executive Dow Constantine.
Thanks, Greg. Thanks, Mr. Mayor. It is great to be out here today, back in my second home of the U District, to celebrate a great next milestone for Metro Transit and for the city of Seattle, taking a bus route that's already becoming one of the most popular in King County and making it even better. I want to again recognize from our partner agency, Sound Transit, our CEO, Jerron Sparman, is here. Thank you, Jerron, for being here today. And from Metro Transit, our general manager, Michelle Allison, and all the folks from Metro, thank you for everything you do. You know, the Route 70 already accommodates a passenger load comparable to that of a RapidRide line. So it's time to make this upgrade official and transform this route into the improved bus service, the enhanced transit service our communities deserve. The J Line will expand transit access. It will give more people reliable, smoother journeys, whether they're heading to work or medical appointments or other important destinations like class. This achievement would not be possible without the collaboration of the City of Seattle. This partnership puts riders first. It delivers improvements that make boarding easier, make riding faster, make travel safer and more comfortable. But some of you may be wondering, what does RapidRide mean? Well, RapidRide ensures that whether it's 8 in the morning or 5 in the afternoon, transit riders will always be able to keep moving with dedicated lanes, with priority traffic signals, with the infrastructure that supports this new line. RapidRide is more than just a transit service. It's a key part of our work to reduce air pollution, to reduce our climate emissions by encouraging more people to get on public transit, whether it's RapidRide or a regular bus line or onto the light rail right behind us. We are lowering carbon emissions, helping to create a healthier environment and a more sustainable future. Metro's investment in the customer experience is reflected in this enhanced service, with greater comfort, with greater frequency, with faster, more reliable transit options for riders through RapidRide. It's hard not to reminisce when I'm here because I spent a heck of a lot of my life in this place. My wife's apartment was right down the end of this block, the Stanford. I was up a block at the Wilsonian Apartments, and I used to take my bundle of laundry every weekend and get on the bus here on the Ave, make my way down slowly to downtown and transfer at the Bon Marché, and then head to West Seattle to use my folks' washer and dryer, and then make my way all the way back. Well, I could make that journey much more quickly and comfortably now with RapidRide. Maybe I'll try it. With RapidRide, riders will enjoy the convenience of all-door boarding at stops and stations equipped with real-time information. By prioritizing that rider experience, promoting sustainability, and fostering collaboration, we are improving transportation today and paving the way for a cleaner, more accessible future. So thank you. Thank you, whatever your role has been, whether it's as a planner or a builder or a rider. Thank you for being a part of this important journey. Together, we're going to keep this moving forward. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Dow Constantine. That was a great transit testimonial. I'm a daily transit rider, and I don't think I've ever brought my laundry on the bus. That's a good one. Michelle Allison, maybe you can illuminate us on other kind of innovative ways people use the bus. Come on up here and let's celebrate our project together. King County General Manager Michelle Allison.
Hi, everybody. I also want to start by appreciating the King County Metro folks, highlighting in particular our operator Ibrimi, who's behind me here, who drove our backdrop and our bus, and all of our operators and those folks on the front lines who make transit work every day. They drive our system, they fix our system, they keep it safe and clean and reliable for all of us so that we can use transit to get to where we need to be. Much appreciation. I feel like there's been several months of togetherness for a lot of folks in this group, just acknowledging how much transit is coming online, whether it's Metro, Community Transit, Light Rail. We've been having a lot of moments of celebration and really championing and highlighting the good work that many folks have been doing for a long time in investments in transit. And one of those events was just a couple months ago, and it was the funding of the J Line and the announcement from the feds about the investment in this system. And there was a speaker who shared her personal story that really stuck out to me, Janice Chin. And at that time, Janice was a student at UW, and she was also a rider of the 70 to make all of her connections happen. And she explained how this transit corridor, this one right here, is going to make her dreams possible. Janice grew up in an environment that discouraged her from pursuing a degree in science and medicine. But thankfully, Janice did it anyway. And she recently just earned a Bachelor of Science in Bioengineering. And I'm going to need a little help here because this is what she's pursuing now in her master's. Reengineering metabolic pathways in microorganisms and lowering the cost of sustainable industrial chemical production. Okay. What Janice explained there is that she's going to help us with her research to reduce our reliance on fossil fuels. And doesn't that feel like it has a direct connection to what we're trying to do here today with our J Line and all of these transit investments in the region? And Janice noted to me, and at that forum, she said, in order to reach that goal, I have to have transit connections. She has an internship in South Lake Union, and she goes to school at the U. And this line is her connection to that furthering education. It's those moments that matter. It's those investments in people's lives that make transit transformative and provide the mobility and the opportunity for people to thrive. It is not a small thing. It's deeply personal, and it's incredibly impactful for our neighborhoods. We are so delighted that we are launching this J Line together with our partners at the City of Seattle. This is a major upgrade for the Route 70, which has been noticed already has some of the highest ridership of the routes in our system. All of Metro's work, but especially projects like the RapidRide, are because of the community that supports us and tells us what you need, where you want us to provide service, and how we can best meet your needs. I want to appreciate the UW Transit Group and the U District Partnership for your help in making sure that the J Line represents the community that you represent. Thank you for being here today and helping us break ground. Thank you also for the past couple of months of celebrating the investments that were just recently turned on into our system. 3,700 new bus trips each weekday and many thousands on the weekend as well, meaning that now we have over 300,000 riders every single day using corridors like the one behind me. We are so delighted to continue to expand our mobility options to reach your needs. Thank you so much for this moment of celebration, and I look forward to more.
Thank you so much, Michelle Allison. So far we've established that you'll be able to use RapidRide J to go to the football game, to take your laundry to mom's, or to do biomedical research. A million possibilities. And I'm remembering that I took RapidRide J up here to go to one of the thrift stores on the Ave and got a $48 tuxedo jacket that fits perfectly. So that's another thing we can do with RapidRide J. I now want to introduce one of the really great urbanist thinkers in our city, somebody who really understands how streets and storefronts and plazas all work together to create a vibrant community. U District Partnership Executive Director Don Blakeney.
Good morning and welcome to the U District. I'm Don Blakeney, the director of the U District Partnership, and today we are excited to celebrate the groundbreaking of the J Line here in Seattle's second oldest commercial district. As the proud home of the University of Washington, the U District has long been a cultural hub and destination for North Seattle. And as the university has grown and prospered, so has the neighborhood and the need to get people to and from this area. Over the years, the U District has lived through many chapters of growth, from the streetcar days of the early 20th century to the opening of the Link Light Rail just behind us, which we were talking about earlier. The most recent chapter of growth began in 2017, when a major upzone to the neighborhood came and kicked off an incredible transformation of our skyline, which we can see behind us. In the past few years alone, 19 major multifamily residential buildings have been completed, 3 new office towers are about to come online, and 25 more buildings are in various stages of pre-development and design and permitting. Looking at the population growth alone, we've added 10,000 people to this neighborhood in the last decade and are looking to add another 10,000 by 2030. The U District is also home to one of Seattle's most racially and diverse populations, and we are seeing more and more of the people living in this neighborhood who rely on transit every day to move around our city. In fact, during the pandemic, the U District Link Light Rail station behind us was consistently the busiest station in the network, serving over 12,000 people a day. And we are thrilled to be connected to the expanding light rail network that now reaches Linwood, the airport, and soon to reach the east side. However, it's our bus system that does a lot of the heavy lifting to bring people to and from this area. And as the U District continues to evolve, the J Line will ensure that our growing number of students, workers, residents, and others have efficient and reliable transportation options, connecting them with the downtown Seattle area, South Lake Union, and other cultural hubs throughout the city. Thank you to the City of Seattle, to King County Metro, and to the University of Washington for all of the work they did to bring this to us today. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And our last speaker represents University of Washington, which is a very important partner on this project. I'd like to introduce Vice President of External Affairs, Randy Hodgins.
Thank you, Greg. Must be music to your ears that I'm closing debate here today. By the way, can we just appreciate this absolutely fantastic park that's been created here? For those of you who know the University of Washington pretty well, there is a history to this park. This used to be the site of the International House of Pancakes. That's right. The only restaurant in their entire chain that was busier after midnight than it was before noon. So just you can imagine. And yes, I dined there once or twice. Now, just 3 years ago, we celebrated the opening of the Link Light Rail Station that's right behind us. Goran, is it still the busiest station in the, yes it is. It's the busiest station in the network and has become the front porch for the University of Washington. And obviously today we're excited to welcome another fantastic transit benefit for this state. The Rapid J Line is going to, it's really going to transform things. Maybe not quite in the way the light rail did, but it's going to be, as you've heard from Michelle, very important to link this campus with our assets down in South Lake Union. It's going to be very transformative. Thousands of UW students, faculty, and staff, of course, ride transit every day. We're about 8% with our 80,000 Husky card holders doing it. And we're also very proud of the fact that we're still 16%, only 16% of the folks who come to the U District every day come in single occupant vehicles. We could not be the University of Washington without the transit assets that are provided to us in this region. So for all of you who represent transit agencies, thank you. Thank you. These are great things to build on. We're also making, we think, some smart land use decisions. Transit-oriented development, well, we believe in it. Right behind us, the University District building, which is going to open in a couple of months, right over the light rail station. You can't get more TOD than that. More importantly, along Roosevelt, down on 41st, across from Portage Bay Cafe, 244 units of affordable housing with childcare. We're looking forward to that project, and thanks to Bellwether Housing and all the partners who have helped make that a reality. So we believe transit's critical to the success of the University of Washington. We're happy to be partnering with all of you. It's a great day. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much. That concludes our remarks, and we're going to move right over here for the groundbreaking.
Forward, ready? 1,
2, 3.